Good morning. What a beautiful morning it is. We're out today just on an easy run. Something about 40 minutes. Zone 2, high zone 1, zone 2, which is, I guess, your strength building little zone. Paces. Your fat burning. So your body doesn't necessarily need glucose or sugars to fuel itself. It can use its natural bodily fats and get the energy it needs. So your fats around your body. I got asked the other day, which is actually a good stopping here. It's actually a great question, and it's, what are your zones? Your zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4, zone 5, 5 zones. So your zones are based on, this is just like everyone's going to have their own opinions and theories on what zones are relevant. I like to base zones of heart rate. Some people might do zones in paces, but some people's pace might be 3:30 pace for a zone 5, and some people's zone 5 might be 5-minute pace. But anyway, zone 1, zone 2 is your, hang on, I'm gonna start running, 1 second. Zone 1, zone 2 is active recovery, low heart rate, easy. Heart rate's relevant to obviously the fitness of the person, size of their heart, all that kind of stuff. But effectively it just means how easy you run. It should be conversational pace. You should be able to run with someone and talk to them and not be, maybe a little bit, panty, but nothing too hectic. You want to stick around about that sort of sub 140 heart rate. So, hello. From that sort of 120 to 140, in my opinion. As you start creeping past that 140, you then go into zone 3, and that's what they call moderate. So moderate would be still, I guess, fat burning, but now your body's trying to get a little bit more oxygen, a little more blood flow, needs a little bit more fuel. The moderates would be, I guess, 60%, 70%. So 140 to maybe that 150 heart rate. And then start jumping into zone 4 or high zone 3, zone 4, and that then turns into threshold. Well, sorry, no, it doesn't. It turns into tempo. So your tempo would be what you would probably run a marathon in my opinion. So 140 to mid 150s will be your tempo. This sort of state is probably not conversational, very hard, not very hard, but sustainable for, you're going to be able to sustain it for at least your marathon, so 3-4 hours at race pace. You then start jumping into zone 4, which would be 160 to 170, mid 170s. This would be your half marathon workout sessions. So you're not going full gas, but you're doing 80-85%. So you're working. It's not conversational, it's not comfortable, but it's tolerable. You know, you can do it, you could hold it effectively for 20 minutes, half an hour at race pace. You then, your zone 5 is your VO2. And your VO2 is your max heart rate, or governing sort of that top end heart rate. So 180 or high 170s, all the way to whatever your max would be. Some it might be 190, some might mean it's 200. Obviously fitness, age, they're all variables. Coming to a stoplight here. They're all variables. So if you were to do, or you hear me say, I'm going to do a zone 2 workout, it means it's going to be an easy run. An easy run where I can talk to a mate, I can talk to you guys. My heart rate's going to be, 130, 135, sort of under that area. Move to the middle. If I'm ever going to say I'm going to do a tempo run, that's going to be my high zone 3, maybe creeping into zone 4. Coming in my threshold, it's going to be zone 4 or higher, and my VO2 is going to be zone 5. This morning I'm doing a easy run, so my zone 2s, and my heart rate currently, 116, and my average pace 442. So good, easy, can talk. Better start running. Good, easy, can talk. But I guess the importance of this run is you're really loading your legs. Believe it or not, the slower you go, the harder it is, because you're allowing your body to hit the ground more. Your feet and your legs, your lower limbs, are taking a bit lower of the brute force. But when you run faster, you're kind of propelling yourself from the ball of your foot all the way from your toes, and you're sort of springing up. So you're really not hitting the ground as hard, and your steps are, well, you're taking less steps really in terms of distance, and your leg cadence, and by cadence I mean how quickly your legs move, obviously depending on speed, might be a little bit less. So, or more. You know how long your stride is. Stride being the length your foot takes per step, your leg takes per step. So, zone 1, zone 2, easy. High zone 2, zone 3, tempo. High zone 3, zone 4, threshold. Zone 5, there is a zone 6, but for easy numbers we'll call it zone 5, and zone 5 is your VO2. So easy, moderate, tempo, threshold, VO2. Zone 1 to zone 2, zone 2 to zone 3, zone 3 to zone 4, zone 4 to zone 5, zone 6. The thing I'm going to work on or talk about in the coming weeks, I want to see if you guys want to hear about it, is body positioning when you run and you're running biomechanics. Because biomechanics, if you've got poor run form, for a layman term, you're going to get sore, you're going to get injured. And that's where a lot of people go, oh, my knees hurt, I get shin splints, I get sore arms, shoulders, hips, ITB, all these issues. And I guess it has got something to do with, I guess, fitness and lack of consistency. But the two main factors, once again, my opinion, is running biomechanics and poor shoe choice. You know, you can go into a lot of specialty run stores now, or shoe stores, and they'll have a treadmill, and then someone might be there to film you and do what they call a gait analysis. And a gait analysis is how they'll film the back of your feet as you sort of run on a treadmill, and they'll look at how your feet hit the ground. And some people, they'll overpronate, they will heel strike, they'll roll their foot in or out, they run with their toes, you know, heaps of things. Everyone's different. It's almost in my turnaround point. That's, I guess, a step one. And then once you've got that sort of analysis, the running technician, the shoe technician, or salesperson should be able to tell you what shoe would best suit your run form. You know, I'm a bit biased because I'm sponsored by ASICS, but ASICS take the sponsorship away, make a sensational shoe across their whole range. And you know, people go, oh, I run an ASICS, they're the best, or running ASICS and they really hurt, which I get, but there's different types of shoes. You know, maybe the discount shoe at $100 in the middle of the table, that's a size 2's big. Just because it's an ASICS doesn't mean it's the right shoe. It's probably the right shoe for someone else, but ain't the right shoe for you. So it's always imperative to get the right shoe that fits your foot and the right size. It's a whole heaps of stuff. Oop, that's us. I'm gonna walk for a second just so I can chat a bit more. Now today I'm running in the ASICS Nova Blast. Super comfy, really heaps of cushioning. I rolled my ankle, and I've said in the last video, but I rolled my ankle, man, it hurts. So today I probably would have done a VO2 session, or would have, you know, zone 5, zone 6, but just running easy, just to get moving back in the ankle, sort of work on my form a little bit. Anyway, running form, I'll cover this another day. There's so many factors, you know, how you move your arms when you run, stability in your lower abdomen, your deep core. You know, I see people running out here, you know, I've seen people with robot arms, real stiff. I see people running wonky legs. And look, I get some people have different bodies and different structure, how the body's sort of developed, but you can create good habits that'll help your running, help you run fluently, will help you glide, help you run with efficiency, help you run for longer, you know, just in a matter of a few tweaks. And I'll go through all that another session, another day, and you'll work on it. And you'll be surprised at actually how better you run. It might not be quicker straight away, but you might go, Harry, I can only run for a kilometre and I'm wrecked, my knees hurt, my ankles hurt, what's going on? And I'll give you a few little tips, and then you'll be able to go, holy shit, my running biomechanics I just saw, I'm now running with especially good arm swing, running from the shoulder, keeping my hips centered, all these little tips and tricks, and you'll be running 2Ks. Still be hard, but your body will be able to tolerate it just that little bit more. But once again, this is all for another episode. But for now, let's just enjoy this morning, enjoy the easy run, seize the day. Yeah.